Hello and welcome to the Pharmacy Informatics Professor 2020 with your host, Dr. Armin Simonian. And welcome to the year 2022. I was just looking back at 2021 and trying to look for trends, what was trending in terms of pharmacy informatics topics and projects, what's in the literature and what's being presented at our pharmacist meetings. And what I found was there are a few topics, recurring topics, that were very popular in the last year and really last 2 years. And as you can imagine, with the pandemic in full swing in the last couple of years, we had a focus on telehealth, telemedicine, telepharmacy. And what I also noticed is there was a lot of focus on data analytics. So we've been collecting data. We have tons of data out there, and people are getting more and more interested in looking at that data and trying to help use the data to improve healthcare. The other topic that's been very interesting is, again, we're hunkered down in our homes and we're getting our Pelotons and treadmills and working out at home, but we're also focusing a lot on digital or personal health. And because of that, we've seen a growth of a lot of technologies that are used personally to track insulin, effects, glucose levels, blood pressure. You can have a portable machine now that or device or app that actually can do an EKG, a 1-lead EKG. Very interesting that we have a lot of technologies out there where you can actually monitor your health. Of course, for a long time, we've had people counting their steps and counting calories and seeing how much they're eating and how much they're burning. And all of this is really important for the patient to really keep track of what they're doing in terms of their physical health. So if I look at all the trending topics and I kind of mash them up together, I heard some lectures at the ASHP mid-year, and a lot of these topics, telemedicine, telepharmacy, data analytics, and digital or personal health were discussed in one topic presentation. And I'll give you an example. So there's a glucose meter out there that's been advertised a lot on television, Dexcom. We've talked about it before. And one of the Jonas brothers decided to do a commercial and talk about this implantable device, basically a needle that's implanted in the arm, and then it's connected through Bluetooth to your phone. And you have an app where you can track your glucose levels. Now, the Dexcom can take a glucose reading every 5 or 6 minutes. So if you do the math, and the machine is actually automatically checking your blood glucose level every 10 minutes or 6 minutes, let's say, that's 10 readings per hour. And in a 24-hour period, that's 240 readings. Now, let's say that patient is going to see a pharmacist at an ambulatory care clinic routinely and reviewing blood levels and adjusting insulin or other metformin or other doses as needed. And the pharmacist who's taking care of that patient is receiving through a Wi-Fi connection or a cellular connection from that app that person has, they're receiving these 240 readings a day. Now, if it's a busy clinic and they have 50 patients that they're monitoring, again, you can do the math, and that's a lot of glucose levels to look at. So what we've done is we've employed data analytics, artificial intelligence, actually, to look at the data. And, with machine learning, you can train the machine to look for certain trends or outliers. And with deep learning, you can just give the data to the machine and say, come up with any interesting associations that you find within the data. Now, when you have all of this data coming in, from the personal health device. And you have a program, artificial intelligence program, that can analyze the data and look for things that might be happening with the patient in terms of hyperglycemia, hypoglycemic events, Samoji effects, anything that's going on during the night or during the day with meals where the levels are not within the target range. The system can look for those and alert the pharmacist, basically through clinical decision support, to say, hey, this is something you might want to look at. This patient is having some very high blood glucose levels early in the morning. And the pharmacist can then follow up with the patient using telepharmacy. So, get on a Zoom session, get in touch with the patient and talk to them real time, see what's going on. What are they doing with their diet and exercise? And are they taking their metformin? Are they taking their insulin injections as needed? Are they monitoring their caloric intake? All of these things can be discussed, and then a plan can be made to modify any drug dosages or routines to get the patient back on track within the target glucose levels. So kind of a mashup between digital health, data analytics, artificial intelligence, telepharmacy, all coming together. And this is what's been trending lately. If you look at the literature, if you look at what's being talked about at our pharmacy local, state, and national meetings, these are the topics that are being discussed the most. And I see that continuing into this new year, 2022. So that's what's trending. And it's something to keep our eyes on in terms of the future, where we're going with pharmacy informatics. So if this was helpful to you, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I will thank you for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, look after the health of others, because that's what we do as pharmacists. And I'll continue to work on more episodes, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.